Let me start off by saying thank you once again to all of you for taking the time to go through today's training, but most importantly, for taking the time to help us out this weekend to get our feline friends adopted in this year's ASPCA and Subaru Home for the Holidays adoption event. Like last year, we are going to continue limiting how many people can be on the adoption floor at any given time. We're going to try to keep it to around 15 people and reevaluate every 5 minutes as we let a few more on the floor. This has to do with crowd control as well as keeping the noise levels down. Now, once they decide who they would like to adopt, we have a waiting area set up in the conference room this year where there will be water and light refreshments. And due to the popular demand of last year's event, we are also going to carry on a raffle. The raffle tickets are going to be $2 each, or 3 for $5. And we have a volunteer who will be out there selling those raffle tickets. Now, the value of the products that are up for raffle is over $100. For those of you who have never done this event, you need to understand that this is literally like a Black Friday sale. The lines will start early, and adopters will come throughout the week to make sure the cat they want is still here. So, like last year, we will have staff who will be walking the lines early and passing out applications, as well as having them pre-fill out a release form instead of signing in on the laptop at the front desk. This new process helped last year to move the lines quicker, as we were able to let them know in advance the pricing, about the office cats, and were able to check IDs and verification of address well in advance. Because it was a success, that will continue into this year. Once we let the adopters in, they will go from pod to pod to select their feline friend that they would like to adopt. Once they have selected a cat, we ask you to please send them to Cody. Now this year we will announce the location of where Cody will be prior to the event starting. Cody will then send an adoption pending sign back to go over the cage card of the cat they have selected once Cody is able to double check their information. Remind guests, adoptions sometimes do not go through, so if they would still like that cat, it may become available. It is important, though, that they have their application in hand when you send them to Cody, and pre-tell them to have their ID and proof of address ready one more time when they go and see her. Once Cody has approved their application, she will add their name to the list and will have already given an adoption pending sign to go back to the pod. At that point, they will be asked to go to the waiting area if an adoption counselor is not available. Their names will be called in the order of their submission of their adoption application. Once they're called, they will go to the Adoption Station 1. This will be in a variety of areas from Marianne, Kim, Chelsea, and Margaret's desks. Once there, they will sign waivers, create their appointments, and get final approval. Then they will head to Station 2, which will be set up in the feeding area directly across from the break room. It is here that volunteers will work with the adopters to take their final payments and any donation they would like. While that is happening, staff members will then go and retrieve their feline friend, pull the cage card, and finish their checkout in the store with the adopters. We cannot stress enough, while you are talking to adopters, please do not make up any answers in regards to medical questions whatsoever. We have vet techs available that day who can come by and answer those questions for potential adopters. Call an ambassador or staff member over if you have a guest who has a question, and we will go and get a vet tech to come and answer their questions. It is very important on this day in particular that you do not park at Cat Depot. We are asking all staff and volunteers to please park in the education office parking lot or the empty field directly next to the education building. We would like to keep all available spaces on the Cat Depot property available for adopters and those bringing their cats to the Rose Durham Cat Care Clinic. Now for your part. We are asking all volunteers who are assigned to the morning shifts to please arrive at the following times. If you are an adoption assistant, we ask that you meet with Margaret sometime around 10 a.m. And if you are assigned to the pods, we're asking you to please arrive 30 minutes early to get to know the cats in your pod. So when you arrive, punch in and head directly to your pod to get to know your cats. Now for those who are assigned to the payment center, we are asking that you get there between 10:30 and 10:45 and head to the computer to make sure everything is working appropriately. And if you are on raffle ticket sales, please arrive no later than 10:45 and meet with Margaret in advance, who will get you your roll of raffle tickets as well as your cash bank to make change. And please, 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 we ask all volunteers and staff to please use the bathroom in advance before we open the doors at 11 a.m. We will have floaters available to give you breaks, but are asking in advance to please use the bathroom, as once 11 hits, it's going to be craziness until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And if you are on the afternoon shift, we are asking that you please arrive 15 minutes early and meet up with the person that you are relieving to find out final information that may have changed the day of the event. If asked, this event is sponsored by Sunset Subaru and ASPCA. Kittens and adults are going to be a $20 processing fee. That processing fee includes a free cat carrier at the very end of the adoption. Now please note that specialty breeds are still full price, and it will be on their cage card if they are a specialty breed. If asked while in the pods, are there any other cats available for adoption, please let them know we have several cats in different offices throughout the building. These office cats can be seen with assigned volunteers or staff who will take them back there to meet those special kitties. So let's recap before we get any further. As a volunteer, if you are in the pods, we ask that you please arrive 30 minutes early, head into your pod, look at the cage cards, and take a look to see where those cats might be hiding. We want to make sure that we know where they are, so in case an adopter comes in and asks for that cat, you'll be able to guide them in the right direction. In the pod, you'll answer any questions they may have, from the fees to what do they know about that particular cat. Again, we ask that you not make up any stories. Go directly to the cage card and read the information from that card. If they have additional questions, at that point, find a staff member who can then answer those additional questions. If you are in the processing center, that means that you will be out on the other side of the adoption floor, over by the break room area. And if you are an adoption assistant, you will go through exactly how you would on a normal day. You will take the adopters, go through the process, and send them off to Adoption Station 2 for the final payment and staff member area where we will get the cats. It is important while in the pod, if you are not able to tell who is who, because some cats may have the same coloration, please use a microchip reader to look up that specific cat. If you don't have a microchip reader in your pod, there will be an ambassador or a staff member floating who will have it, and they can come in and read the microchip for you. It is better to play it safe than sorry and give wrong information. So please use a microchip reader if you have several cats of the same color in your pod before you say who is who. If throughout this event you need a break, please do not hesitate to take one. Flag down a staff member and we will come by and give you a break so you can go to the bathroom, get some water, coffee, or just take a few minutes to breathe. And for those of you in the pod, please reinforce pod safety. If there are 5 people in your pod, ask them to please wait until a few more people have left. And lastly, make sure they hand sanitize going in and hand sanitize coming out. We still want to enforce pod safety on a day like today. And lastly, if you have questions, please do not hesitate to send us an email. We will go over everything one more time on the day of the actual adoption event. And though it seems like there was a lot of information in this presentation, please know it does run like clockwork. Don't get overwhelmed. We have this event. We've done it many years. And thanks to you, we're able to continue the success of these adoption events. So thank you again for taking the time to watch this video. And if you have any questions, again, please call or just send me an email.